50 Cent or 50 Cent and Fredro Starr. I think it should go better that way. Now, the reason why is because this wasn't an Onyx beat at all. This was basically Fredro doing his own thing. When Onyx was popping and on fire and stuff, 50 was trying to do his thing. Lost Boys is out there. And, you know, rest in peace to all them guys out there doing their thing, man. Rest in peace to all the soldiers that was lost over there from South Suicide, Queens. You know, over there from Ozone, you know, 134. So, it is what it is. Ozone Park, you know, whatever. Now, by the health center, they used to have all this, like, activity. People be over there spitting and rapping, and 50 used to be over there just listening to these dudes rap. And was like, I'm better than him. It was like, you could rap? A lot of people didn't even know he could rap. But 50 could. And then he was dope. And his melody and everything. And it was just aggressive tone. But most of his raps was dissing everybody else. Like, just destroying them on the mic. And then he's rapping about guns and how to break them down and how to put them back together. It was dope. And it was like, man, you know, that's cool. You know, like, that was actually pretty good. So they was trying to get on with the Lost Boys. But 50 wasn't really feeling that kind of movement. You know, he was more into, like, the Sticky Fingers and Onyx type style. So once he did, you know, the situation that went on with him and with, you know, Cheeks and the rest of them, Freaky Todd and all those guys, you know, once they start feeling a certain way and 50 was trying to get on and do his thing, he kind of ran into, you know, to Onyx and talked to, you know, Sticky and all them. And Stick, I forgot where they met him at. But Jam Master Jay was there, and then they were doing something. They had a video and all this stuff was coming out, and he introduced him to Jam Master Jay. Because Jay was out there DJing for him at the time, and he hooked him up with Jam Master Jay. And Jay the one got him his deal. And from there it was on. They put 50 on the React song. Like, yo, you should jump on our song, React. You know what I'm saying? So they were looking out for him. Because they was about Southside Queens, you know, unity between the groups. 50 just trying to get in the game and blow up, get some paper. You know, that was his desire. Now, he did the song that was a joke that a lot of people took very seriously. And I mean the industry, like they were offended by the song How to Rob, of course. And then he mentioned the fact that Sticky got beat up by the white boy on MTV, which led to him and Sticky having some problems, which 50 didn't give a you know what at the time. So, you know, what's his name felt a certain way, Fredro. Like, whoa, you know, like, man, you know, maybe he was just joking with the line, man. You know, he's just trying to do some hip hop. He was the bridge, trying to keep everybody like, no, Fifth cool, you know, this and that. So it wasn't really no big escalated thing. But when Ghetto Quran and all these other songs came out, and he started mentioning people's names, and that's when, like, people on the streets who didn't want their name mentioned, that's when problems start kicking in and coming in for him. So after he gets shot, you know, he comes back and it's a little different flavor. You know, and he was out there went away from Southside for a minute so he could heal up. But when he came back, he came back for his dudes, his group. He was rolling with the younger dudes. He wasn't rolling with the older cats because the old heads weren't really dealing with him no more. They felt like this dude think he, running the block. And most of them young dudes came to 50 once Ty got killed. Once they got Freaky Ty died, rest in peace, Lost Boys kind of broke up. So once that happened and the money got low, those guys, Domination and the rest of them dudes, they crew just was nobody there. So 50 just picked up the pieces. And when he already had Yayo with him, so when he got Banks around with him, when Yayo brought Banks in, and they was back at his mom's house, and he was writing rhymes, and that's when rap was going to be the full-time outlet. Onyx was trying to do their thing and was falling short. Their career was in the toilet at this point, and they had a deal at Koch where Fredro did, and he was like, man, trying to make ends meet, doing his TV show and, trying to get his independent deal on because the game was changing and everything was shifting. So they were out in LA filming like Brandy the show or probably whatever. I don't know what they was doing out there, meaning Fredro. But 50 had just signed with, Aftermath and Shady Records, and they was finna film a video for the song Wankster. And Wankster came on, and next thing you know, Fredro, and he brought Tata with him, who was like, man, 50 my guy, man, I want to see him, He think I had something to do with him getting shot, man, that wasn't even the case. So Fredro brought him thinking like, oh, okay, well, everything is cool, I'll squash that, I know 50, that's my man. I'm invited to the set, Fredro's cool because Kevin Lyles, all them dudes, Chris Lightley rather, not Kevin Lyles for this situation. Kevin Lyles is there, but it was mostly Chris who said, yeah, you can come on through. So when he came through, Fifth was happy to see Fredro. He's like, yeah, my man's wanted to say hi to you and what's up. But he was like, yeah, bring him over, where he at? Then he saw it was Tata. So he was like, what's up with this? Why'd you bringing Tata around? Like, you should know better. So Fifth said what's up to Tata. They spoke, but he ain't really feeling it. So when they get back home, calls is made. And Sig was like, man, Fifth didn't really like that. Word it went back, he had talked to Shy and Sig and a couple other guys, word had spread around, Fifth wasn't too happy that you brought Ty around here. He was like, oh man, I'm going to have a conversation with him, we're going to sit back and talk, what I'm saying? Next time I see him, we're going to talk. So they had a show, well, I can't remember. This is after the album is blowing up. And they getting ready to have a show and he want to talk to him. He was like, man, let me talk to Fifth, and Kevin Lyles is like, oh yeah, man, you want to go to the back, and talk with Fifth? And he's like, what, I'll talk to him after the show. I'm going to just go out there and get my seat, see the show, then I'll talk to him afterward. But yeah, tell him I'm here, I'm sitting here, Southside, whatever, we all here represent. So, they sitting out there, representing, ready to rep, and 50 show was great. And after the show, he was like, yo, can I see Fifth? And he couldn't get a chance to talk to him. Fifth wouldn't see him. So he's like, man, that's foul. So he's like, you know what? Forget it, man. I'm out. So when he get back, Smurf and them got kicked out, sent back home. Him and 50 had his falling out. And the boy Sig, the one was like, man, you know my guy trying to get on. You know, domination. Yeah, he used to roll with 50 and G-Unit. But Fifth and them blew him up and this and that, and they trying to get a deal. So he said, all right, well, let me see what they got. So he listened to him like, oh, okay, dude, kind of tight. He took him to Def Jam, and Kevin Liles listened to it and said, well, he kind of going at 50. A real lot on this song. He was like, yeah. He was like, man, I can't support all that dissing. You know, all that diss record stuff. I don't want to get involved in that. So, you know, I'm not interested. So after that, you know, Kevin Liles called Shy Money and told Shy, like, yeah, man, Fredro got a group, and, you know, they dissing 50. So that goes back to 50, of course, and then they go back to all the people, and it looked like Fredro group, he don't know who Domination is. Kevin Liles just made the situation worse. So now 50's like, oh, okay, so he teaming up with them. He trying to help them. So he took him to Koch and got him a deal, and then that's when they put out the video and the song. Then they going to the block to record the video. 50 and them try to come over there and disrupt the video shoot. And they throwing rocks and stuff at them and all this stuff. So it was a major problem between Domination and 50 Cent. But Fredro was naive to believe this didn't have anything to do with him. So at the Vibe Awards, he see 50 was coming in his direction. He just happened to be walking that way. He wasn't coming to see Fredro Starr. And then he was like, oh, Phil, what's up? And he walks up to him like finna show him love. He was with one of his guys. And he was like, what's up? He was like, nothing's up. And then swung on him. So once he did that, and the security grabbed Fredro and lifted him off the ground and wrapped him up. And then they stomping the guy that came with Fredro. They took his watch and stuff. And Fredro's hot. Like, man, let me go, man, let me go. So, you know, he going back to the locker room, to the dressing room with 50 at. After 50 and them left. And he knocking on the door, begging, man, come on out, man, we got to do this. We from Southside. This ain't what we do. We got to go outside and square up. Or some things going to happen, man. You know it. You gotta do that, man. We got to shoot this fair one, man. Come on. We from Southside. We from the same block. We from the same water. So it didn't happen. So security told them they gotta go. Well, somebody going to jail. So naturally they left. And ever since then, it's just been little incident after little incident, diss records, and all this stuff going back and forth, and nothing really came of it after that. It was just still like they don't deal with each other. Like, Fifth, they might have done business together on some joint venture stuff, but other than that, there's no real contact with one another. Because it wasn't no real beef. He was just mad on 50's end. It's like, look, I got a problem with them because they got a problem with me. And Smurf did something. I sent them home. They mad. I ain't follow up with Smurf. And I cut all them off. And now they mad at me. And when I'm mad at them, people who supposed to be cool with me ain't supposed to help them. That's the way he looks at it. If you do, you violate. You basically say you siding with them against me. That's how Fifth look at it. He looks at it in war mode. So it was wartime for him. And that's just how it was. So he became a victim of circumstance. But this is what happened when you play both sides of the fence. Fredro was mad at 50 because he felt 50 should have looked out for him like he looked out for them, because he's like, man, I didn't have to put them on. I didn't have to put 50 on. I didn't have to put him in the React video. I didn't have to introduce him to Jam Master Jay. I didn't have to do any of that stuff. You know, and I felt like when he blew up and became the 50 Cent, he could have looked out for me. Which is it's true too, but you know, different situations, you know, things get lost in translation. So you gotta watch how things are translated. It leads to people getting shot. I mean, I know people who got shot for no reason. I mean, a lot of people got shot for no reason. Just misunderstanding completely. Dude thought he had something to do with it. He thought he was the one. It was just craziness. You know, the stuff you see growing up is just nuts. And you're like, wow, that person got shot for no reason. That's got to be the worst thing in the world. To have done absolutely nothing and to be shot. But anyway, that's the end of that. Follow the playlist. The True Hip Hop Beefs. You know, there's a lot of them on here. Probably over 400 and counting. The boy Carcino. I'm out.